tell me about the album that's coming out in March.
Okay, so it's called Moments, and it's out March 14th. It's really been a labour of love for me, completely. It's just, when we were making it, we had an awful lot of time to make it. We sort of started in August last year, so nearly 6 months. And when we were throwing around ideas and stuff, I just thought, who's really influenced me as an artist? Who did I listen to growing up, and who's influenced the way I sing and my sound and everything? And the people I came up with were Enya, Kate Bush and Sarah Brightman. So that's almost, it almost does sound like those three got together and made a record. It really does. I mean, it's got the sort of Celtic, amazingly relaxing, atmospheric stuff that Enya does, but it's got the sort of, you know, the kookiness and the amazing vocals of like Kate Bush, but then it's just got the classical lilt of Sarah Brightman in there. It's I love it. I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, I thought that actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when I was listening to it, definitely Enya, Celtic influences and all that. But at the same time, there's a lot of eccentric choices, because
there are some really different choices. I mean, we've done a Mike Oldfield cover. We've had a few songs written for us by a guy called Brendan Graham, who wrote "You Raise Me Up," which is obviously an amazing song. But at the same time, there are some really obvious stuff. Like we did do a Kate Bush cover, and there's quite a lot of Irish stuff in there as well. Just sort of keep the theme of the last record. What we are trying to do is we're sort of breaking new ground, really. If I'm honest, there's no one doing this at the moment. There have been people like Enya who've done this atmospheric sort of music before, but there's never been anyone to do it in a classical way. And I mean, it's terrifying, you know, sort of, as I said, doing something completely different, because with the classical record last time, you know, we knew that people liked crossover. So, I mean, hopefully it works out, and it is more commercial, I guess, but I don't think that was intentional. I think it was just the way it turned out.
Do you have any favourite tracks on the album?
This Woman's Work, the Kate Bush cover, is really great. We had this writer called Molly Bean, and she wrote 3 tracks on the album actually, and my favourite song of hers is a track called Let Go, which is just brilliant. The Brendan Graham track, Sleep Song, is like this fantastic lullaby, and the single is El Corazon, and I love that as well. It's this classical sample that we've taken and just put to this sort of groove that we wouldn't have done last time around. It's new, it's exciting, I like it.
Have you started writing? Did you write any material for the album?
I arranged all the vocals on this album and the last album, but hopefully on the 3rd album I'll actually get in the studio and be actually physically writing the material as well.
And obviously you got an album coming out. Are we going to be seeing you live soon?
Oh, definitely. Hopefully I'll be going on tour from the end of March till the beginning of May. There'll be lots of TVs and everything, so hopefully you'll be able to see me around.
Sounds good. I've been asking this to everyone I've been interviewing this week. It's Valentine's Day next week. What would be your perfect Valentine's date, as in the scene?
I'm single at the moment, so I'm actually going for drinks with 2 of my friends, also single, at the Mayfair, and we're going to go out and drown our sorrows.
Well, apparently it's the best day to be a
single lady?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, fantastic. I won't be single for long. But a few years ago, a boyfriend of mine took me to Paris, which is so cliche, but it's cliched for a reason. You know, it was fantastic. I had no idea. He told me the morning that we were leaving, so that was amazing. It was sort of did the Eiffel Tower thing and French food thing. I had a really good
What kind of music do you listen to?
I literally listen to everything. I mean, on the way over, I was listening to, you know, Muse, a bit of Pendulum, but then, you know, throw on a Maria Calais track. It's just sort of, I had my iPod on shuffle, because I find that way you discover music that you haven't been listening to for a while. So just whatever comes on, really.
Is that your first love, though? Did you always knew? Because if you sing classical, you can usually sing anything, pretty much.
Yeah, that is true.
Was that always the route you wanted to take?
Do you know what? I say this to everybody. I don't like a specific genre of music. I just like good music. I mean, it could be hip hop. It could be from an actual opera. It could be, you know, death metal. If it's good music, I'll like it regardless.
What is important to you then when you're in the studio, when you're writing music?
Do you know what? It's really important, and I always gain about half a stone when I'm in the studio, is food. Because it doesn't seem it, but singing is such hard work. So, I mean, last time, I've got a picture of it on my phone, and there's like 2 massive bags of crisps, Haribo, some little cakes. No wonder when I left, like, my jeans are a bit tight. I spent from sort of all of January just trying to get back to the size I was before, so my performance dress is fitted, you know.
Yeah, obviously with Christmas break as well,
yeah,
that doesn't help, does it?
No, not at all. But I mean, mood lighting is important as well. I never have like a bright fluorescent light when I sing. In the studio, it's always maybe I'll have a candle, or you know, a low lamp or something. It has to be sort of atmospheric, or otherwise I just can't get in the mood of what I'm doing. They're very respectful, my fans, like in the same way that, you know, some of my friends who are pop musicians, they'll just get mobbed wherever they go, whereas I'll get, you know, someone coming over very politely telling me that they enjoyed one of my performances or that they like my music, and that's much nicer. Yeah. Expect the record to go gold, if I'm honest, because that doesn't actually happen a lot of classical artists, and I had no idea I was going to be nominated for the best album in the Brits. I had no idea that that was going to happen, and then I didn't even know I was even in the running, and then when it happened it was such a shock, an amazing shock, but such a shock.
What was your highlight performance of the past year?
The Classical Brits performance was incredible, but probably my highlight would either be my 2 Wembleys, for the Challenge Cup and the Carling Cup, or singing for Her Majesty the Queen at the Festival of Remembrance.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.